With the Premium WebCart CRM, you have multiple email broadcast options that you can implement when sending an email broadcast or a newsletter. You have two methods of broadcast email construction. One is to manually write the emails in the provided HTML editor, and then you can add in your own subject line, your own from name, and your own reply email. Or you can use the shortcut and simply pull messages and profiles from your content library, making email construction quick and painless. You have 4 follow-up options. No follow-up to the original email sent. You can have a follow-up email sent based on the recipient opening the original email. You can send a follow-up email based on the recipient not opening the original email. You can have a follow-up email sent based on the recipient opening or not opening the original email. In other words, regardless of what action they take, a follow-up email is always sent. There are 2 different email timing schemes you can use. One is to send the email immediately, and the other is to delay sending by a specific time period. You can also have unlimited segmentation for your broadcasts. You can send to everyone on the list, and this is your default setting. You can sort for any match. In other words, if you have 5 criteria selected, if a person matches any of those criteria, then the email will be sent to that recipient. Or you can sort for an exact match. In other words, if you've sorted for 5 criteria, the system will only send an email to the people that match each and every one of those 5 criteria. Now let me take you into the system and I'll show you how to set this up. To send your broadcast, all you have to do is come into Customer Management and then click on the broadcast icon. And the first thing you'll do is set up the email that you're going to send out to your recipients. Now you can either manually type in all the information here and the content of your email that's going to send out to them here, or what you can do is simply choose a profile and content or any combination thereof to create and construct your email. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to simply choose a profile, and you see it's filled in the from name and the reply to. And the next step, I'm going to select content from my content library. And now you can see below that my profile, my content, my FTC statement, my signature have all been added into this email. The next step is to decide what type of follow-up you'd like to have based on a conditional response to the original email that's sent. Now, sending a follow-up email is not required, and if you do not choose to have a follow-up email sent, simply leave this checked to none. But you can also decide to have an email sent if they open this email. And again, the process is the same. You'll choose a profile, you'll choose the content from your content library, and then in this case, you'll decide to have a delay. So in other words, if they open the email today, you may choose to have a 3-day delay before they receive this email. You can also choose to send them a follow-up email if the email is not opened, or you can send them an email regardless of what they do, whether they open it or if it's not opened. And of course, you're able to send them distinct emails if they open it versus if they do not open the original email. And the last thing you'll do is decide whether you'd like to send the email immediately or if you'd like to put a delay on the email and send it at some point in the future. You can also test the email so that you can send a copy to yourself and you can see exactly what the email content is going to look like when it gets inside your recipient's inbox. If needed, you can add additional merge codes into the email simply by placing your cursor where you want the merge code to appear and then clicking on the arrow for the merge code, and it will automatically inject it into the email. You can do this whether you've handwritten the email or you've imported it through your content library. Let me just show you quickly how that would work. I'll put my cursor after the hi. I will come down here and add the lead first name. And now you see that that's been injected into the email. And now that I have the content of the email exactly the way I want it, I'm going to go on to the next step and determine who I'm going to send this email to. If you do nothing on this screen, By default, it will send it to everybody on your list. But if you then choose to go ahead and send it to a specific audience, then it will start to segment and subsegment down into a very specific, very targeted list. This will allow you to make a very specific and targeted marketing message to a very tight-knit group of people and make sure that your message is resonating and converting at the highest rate possible. You can search by all the criteria. You can search by some of the criteria. You can search by funnels. You can search by tags. You can search by any match, or you can search by exact match. So there are infinite ways that you can segment your list to best suit your marketing needs. Now, once you've chosen how you would like to segment your list, all you have to do is come down and send the broadcast. That's all there is to it. I'll see you in the next video.